Coming up on this final edition of Sports Extra for the spring semester, the baseball team brought its big boy bats to play against Boston College and got to use its big boy broom too.
The women's lacrosse team took to the field to beat the devil out of the Dukies.
And is the next Tiger Woods among our crew? We took to the course to find out. All that and so much more. Sports Extra starts
right now.
From the University of North Carolina School of Media and Journalism, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
Is Friday. Finals are coming. The most important movie of the decade comes out on Thursday. And most importantly, summer is on the horizon. Welcome to the final Sports Extra of the semester. I'm Elena Pirtle.
And I'm Julie Kuhn. Elena, it would appear we are officially in endgame. Conference tournaments are starting this week, and while we have maintained we are a field hockey school, tennis is trying to claim the Iron Throne. This weekend, the women's tennis team looked to do something unprecedented as the Heels sought their 4th straight ACC championship. On Sunday, UNC women's tennis took on rival Duke for the ACC title. In doubles, Sarah Davatilla and Allie Sanford clinched the Heels' 32nd consecutive doubles point on this tap that Duke couldn't return. In single, number 6 McKenna Jones returns the ball short and number 12 Maria Mateus hits it into the net to give the Heels a 3-1 advantage. The last point seemed to be giving the Heels trouble until Cameron Mora smacks the ball to Duke's Caitlin McCartney, who returns it out of bounds. This point clinched the Heels' 4th ACC title in a row. Unfortunately, things didn't go quite as well for the men's team. Despite a strong start, they fell to 2-seed Virginia and a 4-3 loss in the semifinals. The Tar Heels fall to 18-6 on the year and will resume play in the NCAA tournament in May.
After serving as the head women's basketball coach for more than 3 decades, Sylvia Hatchell resigned during the Easter break. This comes at the close of the review conducted by a Charlotte-based law firm into the culture of the women's basketball program. The firm found widespread support for 3 overarching themes. First, Hatchell made comments that were racially insensitive and when confronted by players and staff did not respond in a timely or appropriate manner. Second, players and medical staff expressed frustration with perceived and undue influence from Hatchell regarding medical issues and pressure to play. And third, there has been a breakdown of connectivity between the players and Hatchell. In an official statement, Hatchell said, "It has been the great honor and privilege of my life to coach at the University of North Carolina." She says she'll now support the university in other ways, like continuing to raise money for the Lineberger Cancer Center and pushing for equal facilities and treatment for women's athletics. She ends by saying, "I'm Sylvia Hatchell and I am a Tar Heel." Longtime assistant Andrew Calder, as well as assistant Sylvia Crawley and the rest of the coaching staff, remains on suspension. Our sources tell us that the entire staff will resign perhaps by the end of the day.
The UNC baseball team took on Boston College this weekend as the season enters its final stretch. Please be warned, this series was not for the faint-hearted. Tyler Baum got the start in Game 1, but the offense stole the show for Carolina. With UNC down by 3 runs early, Jackson Hesterly got the comeback started with a big solo shot in the 3rd. Not to be outdone, pinch hitter Clem Inclin hit a sacrifice fly in the 9th to drive home Tom Caulfield and send the game into extra innings. A game this crazy got the ending it deserved, while Michael Bush hit a walk-off single in the 10th to give UNC an 8-7 win. Game 2 picked up right where Game 1 left off when freshman phenom Danny Soretti smashed a grand slam in the 3rd to give the Heels a big early lead. In a complete reversal from Game 1, Boston College hit a sacrifice fly in the 9th to tie the game at 10 and give the fans some more free baseball. With UNC emptying out the bullpen, freshman Josh Dotson put Boston College on a lockdown in extra innings. The moment of magic came in the 11th when Aaron Sabato delivered a walk-off double as UNC wins 11-10. Saturday's 2 games combined to last nearly 10 hours. Somebody call SportsCenter because Boston College freshman Sam Frelick made a superhuman catch in Game 3 to give the Eagles a big boost early. Carolina shook off its Saturday hangover in the 6th inning as Michael Bush opens the floodgates with his 12th home run of the season. UNC scored a whopping 12 runs in the 6th, including this 3-run bomb by Danny Soretti. There would be no drama in this game as UNC wins 16-8 and sweeps the series.
We were fortunate in a way. We made some of our own breaks. We didn't play all that particularly well, but we did just enough.
The Heels are now tied with Georgia Tech at the top of the Coastal Division. At a school where excellence is demanded, the road to success can be hard for athletes who fail to make an instant impact. Edward Trench takes us inside the mind of UNC's small-town boy with big league dreams.
Nicknamed the Blonde Bomber, Ike Freeman has exploded this season to become a pitcher's worst nightmare. Freeman leads the Diamond Heels with a .328 batting average, but his success has been long in the making. As a freshman, Freeman saw action in only 39 games and tallied just 8 hits.
In high school, I did really well. You know, everybody is like at the top, and then when you come here, it's like everybody's on the same level, so you go back down to like the bottom. And then I didn't play a lot, so that was kind of like frustrating.
Instead of giving up, Freeman completely changed his approach to the game. He altered his swing for a flatter motion, and his determined attitude never wavered.
And he's a tough kid. He works hard. He got a lot stronger, and he's a big-time competitor. So failure was not a good option in his mind. So he did something about it.
Ike Freeman has Carolina baseball set to make another run for the College World Series. But Ike hasn't always played his baseball at the big stage of Boshamer Stadium. Welcome to Rockwell, North Carolina. The hometown of Ike Freeman, Rockwell's entire population can fit inside half of Boshamer Stadium. Freeman starred at East Rowan High School before committing to UNC, and the rest is history.
In the back of my mind, I always wanted to come here to play baseball. Again, I really didn't think it was possible, so honestly, like right when I got the call and the offer, I was just like, yeah, like this, like there's no change, and this is where I want to be for baseball.
With the best of Freeman still to come, the only thing brighter than his future might be his hair. In Chapel Hill, I'm Edward Trench, reporting.
You can catch Freeman in action when the Diamond Heels host Coastal Carolina tomorrow evening.
The surging Carolina softball team traveled to Blacksburg this weekend to take on the 21st ranked Virginia Tech Hokies. The Friday game was postponed to Saturday due to the weather. In the top of the 4th inning, freshman Lexi Godwin broke the scoreless game with this RBI single. Senior Leah Murray singled here, extending her hitting streak to 13 games. The star of this game was junior pitcher Brittany Pickett, who marked her 15th complete game of the season with a decisive 3-0 win. In Game 2, Leah Murray singled in the 5th inning and stole second to extend her hitting streak to 14 and mark her 100th career stolen base. She is 3 away from breaking the UNC program record. Carolina lost Game 2 5-0. The Heels were able to bounce back in a big way for Game 3, scoring 7 runs in the 4th inning on just 8 hits. Carolina wins 8-4. Pitcher Hannah George shut down her final 6 batters. Heels win the series. Carolina now has 8 top 25 wins, including 4 in 1 week. UNC's soccer and lacrosse teams have finally made their way back to their own home on campus. Christian Avey says players and coaches think the payoff was worth the wait.
Fetzer Field, which opened in 1935, had been home to some of UNC's most successful sports programs, including men's and women's soccer and men's and women's lacrosse.
The 4 teams that will play in this facility, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's lacrosse, between the 3 of them have, 32 national championships. And so it's been a long time coming, quite honestly. I feel like it has absolutely been earned.
Despite the great success these programs have had throughout the years, they'd long outgrown the stadium that they played in. That's something that changed this spring when the university opened the gates to a brand new soccer and lacrosse stadium. The new stadium sits on the site of the old Fetzer Field and allows for all 4 teams to have a home to call their own. Although the field is old, Coach Anson Dorrance believes what was really missing was an exciting environment.
There was no real atmosphere, no real intensity, just because you couldn't feel it. You're too far away from the field. This will be a game changer. So now when a kid comes to watch us play, they're going to get a sense of how exciting the game really is, because they're going to be right up there on the action.
Though there's still some construction going on outside the stadium, the inside is ready to go and is filled with passionate fans come game day.
It will be the best collegiate women's soccer stadium in the country. So I have no issue saying that I've played in all the best ones. And there are a lot of good ones out there, trust me, but this one will be the absolute best in my opinion.
From a facility that finally matches the teams playing there, I'm Christian Avey, reporting.
The new field will host the ACC men's lacrosse tournament starting Thursday when the Heels take on Syracuse.
When you have 3 rings like Roy does, you're even hungrier to get the next one.
Find out how or who with Coach Williams is planning to do that.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, at these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
UNC track and field finished strong despite the weather conditions at the Virginia Challenge. Sophomore Madeline Kraft finished first in the women's 800 meter as she marked her lifetime best performance of 2:09.85. Junior Daniel MacArthur had his season best shot put of 62-8, which improved his ACC #2 mark. Tar Heels will conclude the regular season this weekend.
The UNC women's lacrosse team clinched the #2 seed in the ACC tournament after thrashing the Blue Devils at Koskinen Stadium on Saturday night. The third-ranked Tar Heels dominated the game. In the first period, Jamie Ortega fired this unassisted goal straight into the Blue Devils' net. Olivia Ferrucci, who extended the UNC lead with this shot on the run, achieved a career-best 5 goals. The team scored 7 consecutive goals midway through the game, including this beautiful shot by Ortega again, this time assisted by Katie Hogue. The Heels then saw Emily Trenchard carry out her first career assist in the game with the goal scored by Ferrucci. UNC closes the ACC regular season, beating 13th ranked Duke 19-5, finishing tied for second place with Notre Dame and Syracuse. In order to win in the ACC, you have to have good players. In order to win at Duke, you have to have great players. Cheryl Yoon gives us an inside look at one of UNC's best players, who is a goal-scoring machine.
The National Freshman of the Year and a top All-America candidate for 2019, Jamie Ortega has proved her never-ending determination. She has scored more than 50 goals this season for the UNC women's lacrosse team. Carrying the name of the best freshman in Carolina history, her never-satisfied but humble attitude has shaped her into a respected leader on the team.
I started playing around 2nd grade, 3rd grade, so started pretty young. Just fell in love with it. Playing lacrosse here is definitely different than high school. It's more competitive. Everyone's the best player from their high school. So I think adapting to the change of lacrosse and the change of schoolwork was definitely challenging.
Ortega says it's not easy being a student athlete. To balance schoolwork and lacrosse. Her teammate says she's done a good job balancing her life as well.
Jamie Ortega is probably one of the most humble players I've ever played with. The things she can do is unreal. She can ride, she can finish a shot, she can even play defense if you needed her to, and I'm sure she could even step in goal if she really needed to.
She knows what she's capable of, but is never just about herself, and she's always willing to stay after practice to help the team improve.
She's got to continue to perform at a really high level and then also learn how to lead within the offensive play. And so that's been a great transition for her this year. And I know she'll continue to get better because she's really well liked and her work ethic is good. So that enables her to have great influence on her teammates.
Talented, driven, and humble, Jamie Ortega is likely to step to a higher level on the lacrosse field. But her goal right now is bringing the national championship back to UNC. I'm Cheryl Yoon reporting.
Ortega has a chance to top the 60-goal mark on Wednesday when the Heels play Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament.
After dropping 2 straight ACC matchups, UNC men's lacrosse looked to finish the regular season on a high note, traveling to face 12th-ranked Notre Dame. After a back-and-forth start, Carolina goes up 2 off this goal from Tanner Cook. Late in the second, Notre Dame was able to gain some much-needed momentum off of this quick 2 goals to even the score, going into halftime tied at 4. After 3 straight from the Irish, Carolina got back on the board off of this snipe from Justin Anderson. Timmy Kelly gets airborne on this goal to bring Carolina within 1, earning his 7th career hat trick off the high-flying strike. However, it wouldn't be enough as Brendan Gleeson seals the 12-10 win for Notre Dame. Carolina finishes 10-6 this season and will face Syracuse in the ACC tournament on Thursday. College basketball season is 198 days away, but who's counting? The Heels would have to replace 3 seniors and 2 freshmen who declared for the NBA draft. The #1 ranked point guard in 2019's recruiting class, Cole Anthony, will be announcing his decision tomorrow morning. Carolina is the favorite to land the young star and would likely rely on him heavily next year with the departure of Kobe White. Anthony won MVP honors at both the Jordan Brand Classic and the McDonald All-American Game. 24/7 Sports describes him as a dynamic scorer and rare two-way player who competes on both ends. If Anthony does commit for the Tar Heels, look out for his already established chemistry with UNC signee Armando Bacot to be a major factor next season. We always see UNC athletes on the field, but we don't often think about what they do off it. Naomi Ishimura sat down with a football player whose hobby isn't related to football at all.
Being a football player at UNC takes a lot of time and dedication, but it doesn't keep center Brian Anderson from his other love, being outdoors fishing and hunting.
It's kind of just my little me time where I get to go and have some peace of mind.
He utilizes his drone and his social media, Green Timber Media, to share his experiences and connect with like-minded people.
I like using drones whenever I take pictures and videos just because it allows me to get a different perspective.
He also lets people hear new things. He brings his competitive spirit outside of football to competitive duck calling.
When you get to call at the ducks and they see you and acknowledge you and respond to it, it's kind of a special feeling knowing that you're changing their interactions.
Anderson explains how duck calling relates to football.
Kind of ties in with football because in football you're always bettering yourself, trying to spend time in the film room or take extra notes or go over different defensive schemes. And I think really just as long as you're trying to better yourself in different aspects, that's something that I kind of carry over into just about everything I do.
Even outside the fishing and hunting, he never stops exploring what he could do to spend his me time.
Especially as a student athlete, you wouldn't think that somebody would be as entertained at doing too many things, but I'm a very open-minded person, and so if somebody teaches me a new thing, I'll be right on it.
Anderson knows how to enjoy himself while being a student, outdoorsman, and a football player all at the same time. He's the ultimate sports and nature triple threat. In Chapel Hill, I'm Naomi Ishimura reporting.
The Heels take on South Carolina on August 31st to open the season. You can bet Anderson will do as much hunting and fishing before then.
Here at Sports Extra, we love Carolina blue.
But most of us wouldn't mind donning that green jacket.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
Last semester, we showed you our athletic prowess, or lack thereof, in the Sports Extra games. This semester, we bring you the second edition in the Sports Extra Mini Masters, where our crew members try to embrace their inner Tiger Woods. Take a look.
Y'all about to see me pull my Tiger Woods?
White glove. We don't have a green jacket, but I got my golf bag. Like, we ready.
I got a little scuff. I'm gonna trade this in. Hey, pro out here.
That's what a champion looks like.
On the lip was so. Why can't we just agree that you go in the hole? Like.
first home run of the day for the record. I told you I would do it. That's why I said, hey, cameras, get on me. I got it. I delivered. Christian, you good, buddy? You good? All right, yeah, we'll see you next time. You good?
You know, just consistency is key, and all I gotta say is it's lonely at the top. Jillian told us that she has previously played golf, but by her performance today, you wouldn't know it.
This is still my first putt.
I just got through saying how this is a hard share me up. Come on, credit where credit is due. Credit where credit is due.
Let's just say it's like a second week Sports Extra show. It's a little bit of collapse. I'm just rooting for an Elena Pirtle collapse.
He's doing what? He's doing what? I what? Birds chirping?
Come on, ball. Yes! Let's go. Come on. Team Christian, baby. Team Christian.
Christian has to hole in one it, and you have to get a 5-er.
That will not happen. Pressure? What is that? Don't know her. Don't know what that is. Never felt that.
You're about to learn.
After an incredible finish to her round of 18, Elena Pirtle is the champion.
Yes, sir.
Read it 2019 of the 2019 Sports Extra Mini Masters. Elena, you had the lead practically the whole time. Besides your 5 on hole 6, you were in command of this whole tournament. What was your key to success?
I've never been much of a golf person, but putt-putt is my game. All I can say is that I'm a winner. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
Well, Jilly, it felt great to feel like Tiger for a day, but you wouldn't know anything about that, coming in dead last.
Elena, I told you before, I played golf in high school, not putt-putt, 2 very different things. So.
Right. Well, before we say goodbye, we wanted to honor all of our seniors and some of our exchange students who will be heading out after this semester. So from Timothy, Ethan, Kat, Camden, Deja, Elazne, Naomi, and Cheryl, thank you for a great semester.
And Elena, you're also graduating. I can't believe this is going to be the last time I anchor with you. It's crazy.
I know, it's sad. I'm going to miss you. It's been great anchoring with you this semester.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Extra.
We'll see you next time.